If you're building your food storage right now, you could be overpaying by hundreds of dollars. I'm talking the difference between $1,500 and $900 for the exact same year's supply. I went to the church cannery and Costco with a calculator, and what I found shocked me. Because the place everyone thinks is cheapest actually isn't. I'm breaking down the real numbers: price per pound, price per calorie, price per serving. Beans, rice, oats. The three staples that make up 60% of basic food storage. But here's the thing. You need to watch all the way through because the winner actually changes depending on what you're buying. Here's what's coming up. First, the one item where Costco beats the cannery by almost 40%. Second, why the cannery's price advantage gets bigger when you factor in something most people ignore. And third, the hybrid strategy that saves you the most money overall. Let's get into it. Real talk. When I was preparing for my mission, my mom took me to the cannery. Rows and rows of number 10 cans, white labels, bulk everything. It felt like shopping in a warehouse from the 1950s. But my mom knew something I didn't. She'd been building food storage for years. See, back in 2008 during the recession, food prices spiked. Wheat went up 50% in like 6 months. Families were panicking, buying everything in bulk from Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart. Thinking, hey, bulk equals savings, right? Wrong. Because here's what most people don't understand about food storage. It's not about buying food. It's about buying shelf life. You're paying for beans that will still be good in 2035. And that changes everything. That's why the church operates canneries. But the question everyone asks is the cannery actually cheaper than Costco? Or are we paying a premium for convenience and peace of mind? Today, we're finding out. Here's how I did this. I went to the Orem Home Storage Center, priced out 3 items: pinto beans, white rice, regular oats. Then drove straight to the Provo Costco and bought the same items. Now here's where it gets tricky. Costco doesn't sell in number 10 cans. They sell in bags. So I had to do the math. Price per pound. That's the only way to make this fair. I also looked at price per 2,000 calories because that's how the church measures food storage. If you've seen the 1-year supply guidelines, it's all in calories. Not pounds, not servings. Calories. Because at the end of the day, food storage is about survival. And survival is measured in energy. So I built a spreadsheet. Everything you're about to see is from November 2024. Ready? Let's break it down. First up, pinto beans. The backbone of food storage. High in protein, high in fiber, shelf-stable for 30 years if stored right. At the cannery, pinto beans come in a number 10 can, 5.6 pounds. Price, $4.75. That's 85 cents per pound. Costco sells a 25-pound bag for $23.99. That's 96 cents per pound. Right off the bat, the cannery is 11% cheaper per pound. But here's where it gets interesting. Let's talk calories. Pinto beans, 1,600 calories per pound. Cannery, 53 cents per 1,000 calories. Costco, 60 cents per 1,000 calories. For a year's supply, 200 pounds of beans. Cannery, 36 cans at $4.75 equals $171. Costco, 200 pounds at 96 cents per pound equals $192. You're saving $21 just on beans. But wait, there's something else nobody talks about. Packaging. The cannery cans are oxygen-free and sealed for 30-year storage. Costco bags? Great for a year, maybe 2. If you want true long-term storage, you'd need to repackage them yourself. That adds cost. And time. And if you mess it up, you lose the food. So the real question is, are you buying food, or are you buying food plus peace of mind? That's the cannery advantage. But let's keep going because beans aren't the whole story. Now here's where things flip, because the next item, Costco actually wins. And it's not even close. Let's talk rice, the most calorie-dense food storage staple. At the cannery, white rice comes in a number 10 can, 5.8 pounds. Price, $4.50. That's 78 cents per pound. Costco, 50-pound bag of Nishiki white rice, $29.99. That's 60 cents per pound. Whoa. Costco just undercut the cannery by 23%. That's huge. For 300 pounds of rice, cannery, 52 cans at $4.50 equals $234. Costco, 300 pounds at 60 cents per pound equals $180. You're saving $54 on rice by going to Costco. Now here's the thing. White rice has a naturally long shelf life. Even in the bag. Store it cool and dry, it'll last 10 to 15 years. You don't need the oxygen-free can. But, and this is important, you need storage space. A 50-pound bag of rice is not small. The cannery cans stack clean. They're uniform. They fit on a shelf. So there's a convenience trade-off. But purely on price? Costco wins on rice. No question. Last one. Oats. This is where it gets wild. Because oats are different from beans and rice. Oats have fat content. That means they go rancid faster. So packaging matters even more. At the cannery, regular oats in a number 10 can. 4 pounds. $3.60. That's 90 cents per pound. Costco sells Quaker Oats, 10-pound bag, 2-pack for $13.99. That's 20 pounds total. 70 cents per pound. Again, Costco is cheaper. 22% cheaper. For 100 pounds of oats, cannery, 25 cans at $3.60 equals $90. Costco, 100 pounds at 70 cents equals $70. You save $20 with Costco. But here's the problem. Oats go bad. The cannery oats, sealed with no oxygen, last 30 years. Costco oats in a bag? Best by date is usually 12 to 18 months. So if you're buying for long-term storage, you'd need to rotate them or repackage them. And if you repackage, you're adding cost again. Suddenly that $20 savings doesn't look so big. So the decision on oats comes down to this. Are you storing for the apocalypse? Or are you storing for inflation and meal planning? Long term? Go cannery. Short to medium term? Go Costco and rotate. Okay, so we've looked at all three staples: beans, rice, oats. But now I need to show you the one strategy that combines the best of both worlds. And it'll save you the most money overall. Here's what I do. And here's what I recommend to most families. Buy your core long-term storage from the cannery. Beans, wheat, powdered milk, sugar. Anything you're buying for 10+ year shelf life. Buy it sealed. Buy it right. Buy it once. But buy your high-rotation items from Costco. Rice, oats, flour, pasta. Things you're actually going to eat in the next year or two. Because here's the secret. The best food storage is food you actually rotate. If you're eating from your storage, you're not wasting money. You're just shopping from your pantry instead of the store. That's the whole idea behind provident living. It's not about hoarding. It's about being strategic. So here's the math if you follow the hybrid strategy. 1 year supply for a family of 4. Beans from cannery, $684. Wheat from cannery, $400. Powdered milk from cannery, $320. Rice from Costco, $720. Oats from Costco, $280. Pasta and rotation from Costco, $600. Total, $3,004. If you bought everything from the cannery, $3,600. If you bought everything from Costco, $2,800. But you'd lose long-term shelf life. The hybrid strategy saves you about $600 off the all-cannery approach. And you still get 30-year peace of mind on the items that matter. That's the sweet spot. Before we wrap up, 3 quick things you need to know. 1. The cannery sources high-quality bulk goods. Costco does too, but the church has strict standards for storage-grade food. 2. Not everyone lives near a cannery. There are only about 100 locations in the US. Costco has over 600. So for some people, Costco is the only realistic option, and that's okay. 3. Some families ask, do I pay tithing on money spent for food storage? The answer is yes, you already did. You pay tithing on your income. Then you use your net income to buy food storage. You're not paying tithing twice on the same dollar. Just wanted to clear that up. All right, let's bring this home. If you're building food storage, you do not need to overpay. The cannery wins on beans and long-term staples. Costco wins on rice, oats, and high-rotation items. The hybrid strategy gives you the best of both worlds, and it can save you hundreds of dollars. Now, if you found this helpful, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, because next week, I'm doing a deep dive on the actual cost of a full 1-year supply. Spoiler, it's way less than you think if you do it right. I'm also breaking down the best free resources the church provides that most people don't even know about. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Until next time, remember, Provident living isn't about spending more. It's about spending smarter. See you in the next one.